you're joining us right here back on We Connect, and we're going to carry on our conversation with Dr. Biswakumar. Are you saying that if one becomes a Mason, one actually develops in a certain direction? Explain that to me.
We always say we pick good men, give them an opportunity to become better human beings. Better in many ways, better in his morality, better in his ethics, sense of ethics, better in his attitude towards another human being, having a righteous attitude, acting with him on the square as we call it, because square to us is a very meaningful tool, because it means a rectitude of action.
So are you saying then that you can take a bad guy and make him a good guy because he becomes a Mason? How is it going to work?
No.
You said you have to choose a good person.
Precisely.
How can you make that decision?
We have a screening process. We have a screening process. We don't immediately straight away take any person into our fold. Because we don't solicit membership, as you might know. We only take in people who have been recommended by another Mason. Any person who wants to join us has to be recommended by another Mason, he has to be seconded by another Mason. Then as the balloting goes on, before the balloting goes on, the people of the lodge, as we call it, the basic unit is called a lodge. The members of the lodge are given sufficient notice about who is going to be balloted. Everything is told to the members about this man, so that if anyone has some bad thing to tell about him, we will inquire. And if we basically feel that we are taking in good people who will vibe with us, who have a basic belief in God, that is our very basic essential. To become a member, one has to have a belief in God. All these are looked into. So we basically believe that anyone who comes in here is a good man to start with. And we give him an opportunity. We don't teach him anything to say you become a better person by day after tomorrow. No.
How many times have you seen people being blackballed actually at entry point?
Very few, very few. Very few. In all my life, in my lodge, there has been one instance. In 32 years, I have not seen a second instance of a blackballing in my lodge.
So if somebody joins and becomes a Mason, can they actually be turned away or thrown out of Freemasonry at any point of time?
Yes, we have. You see, we have a very well-defined set of rules, or we go by a book of constitutions, which very clearly says what we can do, what we cannot do. For instance, a person doesn't pay his subscription, he will automatically go. If he is charged with some criminal misconduct or felony or offense, he will naturally be removed from the organization.
Right. Do you have to be prominent and rich to be a Mason?
No, big no. One has to have a basic education, because our rituals are in English, as they always have been. So one must have a reasonable degree of understanding of English. That's all we require. He must be, as I said, a man of good morals and good character. He must be over 21 years of age, an adult. These are the requisites for anyone to join the Masonry.
Right. I'm curious, only 18,000 Masons in a big country like ours. I mean, isn't that a rather small number?
Yeah, I'm equally curious.
Tell me then. Yes, why is it so few?
Why the people don't join us? Perhaps in recent times there has been a little stimulation, a little kindling of curiosity and interest in us because of the fictions that have come out about Freemasonry in recent times, and the way we have opened out in recent times, letting our public know a little bit about us. We are not told everything, nor do we intend telling everything about us, because we have to keep away certain what we call them as landmarks or our ancient usages, which remain sacrosanct to us, which we will not reveal at any time. But then this small curiosity has helped growth of membership to some extent, particularly younger people who have read about Freemasonry on the net. There is sufficient information available in the net today. So these people who read about it see the goodness in the fraternity, and they want to come and join us.
I actually saw a couple of videos posted on the net, and I don't know if you've seen those too. So is that okay? That is actually getting more in the public domain?
No. You see, what has happened is, even as early as 1750s, a man called Pritchard wrote a book called The Masonry Dissected. He gave the whole ceremony to people of what is happening inside the lodge. That hasn't made our secrets any less sacred now. So it has always been happening. There are some grand lodges, in fact, there are some media which have got into the whole business and have put it on the net but that doesn't deter us from keeping what we are doing, what we think are secrets.
So that doesn't seem to bother you at
No,
all,
we
is
don't
it?
know. We're not bothered. We're not bothered.
It's time for us to go for just a little bit, but we'll be right back with you on We Connect.